Good morning, all my beautiful Libras out there. Today is Wednesday, September 17th, and this is a tarot reading for Libras for the week of September 17th through the 24th. I'm Kat. This is Tarot with Kat. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome, welcome. So yeah, I just started this channel fairly recently in the month of September. It's an amazing month, astrologically speaking. I've been doing tarot for decades. But I thought this was a very fortuitous month to go online and start my YouTube channel. So I will be doing readings every Wednesday for all the air and water signs, and every Monday for all the fire and earth signs. So welcome, welcome. So much going on in this month of September for everyone. Astrologically speaking, there's some amazing things going on in the universe energetically with the alignment of the planets and things that are really having an effect. There's big impact on people and opening up portals and gateways for huge major changes for everyone. So astrologically speaking, and let me tell you, I'm not an astrologist. I do, as a student of the tarot, you have to learn astrology because tarot is not just tarot. They're not separate things. The tarot and all the imagery in the tarot incorporates not only astrology, but numerology and Kabbalah. So, and it's all about energies. It's all about, if you would like to know more about a brief introduction to tarot, how it works, my understanding of the tarot, I have a short video I did that's a brief introduction to tarot that I'll link at the very end of this reading. And so you could check that out. Please do. But so it's, as a tarot reader, it's important to have somewhat of an understanding of astrology as well. And right now, Libras are, you guys are all about fairness and balance. So you've got Mars in your sign this week, Libra, and what that means is your drive and determination this week are going to be really strong. So you're going to be ready to take initiative and push projects going forward this week. But we also have Saturn in retrograde. Ooh, backward kind of standing still. It's retrograde in Pisces, which reminds you that you've got to pace yourself and you've got to stay disciplined. So you're going to have a mix, I think, between this Mars energy wanting you to push forward and, and at the same time, this Saturn retrograde in Pisces making you feel like, hold on, take your time, be disciplined, So you're going to be balancing that out is what I think, astrologically speaking. Now, let's see what the tarot has to say for you this week. All right, Libras? So this is our tarot reading for Libra for the week of September 17th through the 24th. I use this, it's the traditional Rider-Waite deck, but it's the 100 Centennial, so they redid it and they renamed it the Smith-Waite deck. I love that because it has the artist in it. Do check out the video at the very end that I have on my channel about a brief intro. There you are. That's you, Libra. Because it will explain more about the wonderful art. It's a fascinating story, Pam McCollum-Smith. But anyway, also this deck has artwork in it by her, random cards that aren't meant to be part of the reading that like to pop out from time to time, just to demonstrate some of her other artwork. And that's always fun. Just kind of her popping out to say hello. So today, right now, Libra, you're represented by a 6 of Pentacles for this week. That's representing you, the Aquarian. Crossing you is your challenge, your obstacle, or your awareness this week is going to be a 2 of Swords. Down here in your subconscious tool shed, so that I call it, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, our 10th major arcana. In your immediate past, we have the 8 of Wands. Crowning you in your ideal is Temperance. Oh my goodness, this is so jiving with what I just said about what the planets are doing for you right now. Your immediate future for this week is the Lover's card, or in your very immediate future. Cool. Then you in your environment are going to be feeling the Judgment card. Wow, you're getting a lot of major arcanas. 1, 2, 3, 4. wonderful major arcanas, and all of them in the, I don't know, it's interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's continue. So you and your environment are feeling the judgment. Your environment is giving you a Queen of Wands. I always love when the Queen of Wands shows up because she's me. She is me. But she's probably somebody else in your life as well, not just me. I mean, it's true. I am. It could be me. I'm giving you this advice and reading right now. Queen of Wands. I am the Queen of Wands. She's fire sign, Sagittarius, like Queen of Wands. That's me. It's also why I keep this little, it's an antique booklet here that I love, but this black cat right here, notice she has the black cat in her card. Anyway, that's the Queen of Wands, is what your environment is going to be in your environment this week. You're in your hopes and fears. Oh, she came out to say hello. This is another random card by Pamela Coleman Smith. It's these kind of lovers. It's interesting that you got the lovers. You got the lovers in your immediate future this week. And this artwork came out, which is almost just like the lovers card. I'll try to put an image up on the side for you when I go into post-production on this video. But it's just another piece of Pamela Coleman Smith's artwork that popped out at random. I love it when, hello Pamela. Actually, Pixie. She went by the nickname Pixie, the artist. So hi Pixie. So anyway, in your hopes and fears is the sun. I'm sure it's your hopes is the sun card. That's beautiful. And then the final outcome, you've got an emperor. Oh my gosh, Libras. Holy Toledo. Because you have so many major arcanas. You have got, starting down here with the Wheel of Fortune, then you got Temperance and the Lovers and Judgment and the Sun and Emperor. It's a lot of major arcana to have in one reading. Interesting. And you've got Pixie coming out as well. What a reading. So I also like to draw another card from this holographic deck here. It's also just the pictures are the traditional Rider-Waite tarot pictures, because that's what I've always learned. I mean, there's a lot of other tarot decks, but the imagery in these is just, it's brilliant and inspired and works and helps me understand the cards the best. So I do have other tarot decks. I have an Oceanic tarot deck and other decks that I sometimes pull out when I'm doing a more in-depth reading and we want to do further clarification. So anyway, pulling out one more confirmation card from our holographic deck. Oh, did I mention that it's holographic? That's our card. Going to put it aside. But all these cards are holographic. They're traditional Rider, but they have a hologram. They're neat. And I love them. I only use the one because you guys on camera can't see them very well because of the hologram. But recently I've been reading about different philosophies and things, and reading some physics, some science stuff around holographs and quantum physics and theories. And it's interesting because it associates with me to the tarot and the Kabbalah. There's a story, I'm not sure if it's out of Buddhist literature or where, but it's a story of Ananya, the fisherman, the astrological fisherman who lifts his net of the solar system and Anaya's fishing net. Everywhere that one of the cords crosses on the net is a bead of water, millions of beads, zillions of beads of water on this net. And each of us is one of those beads of water. But in that reflection, we reflect every other bead of water. And it's a beautiful way to consider how we're all interconnected, all interrelated. And we are all just distant cousins who haven't met yet. But that's also how holograms work. It's interesting. It's an interesting thing I've been reading into lately. Anyway, so let's get into our reading, Libra, for this week. So Libra, this week, your card, you are being represented as a querent by a Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles card. So this is a card of giving back, of charity. It's interesting because Libra, the sign of Libra is the scales, and he is holding the scales in his hand. In the left-hand side, he's holding these scales, weighing out stuff, and he's also in the other hand giving back, giving to charity, giving. So, and this is a really important thing to learn to do when you're going through your life and you're establishing yourself. At first, you can be rather guarded with your finances and with your resources, but it's important to share those things with others and give back to others, because that's how we get more. That's how more comes to us. So I think you're experiencing some of that right now. I think you're feeling like you're in a pretty good place, good enough that you're able to give back where you can. It's a really important thing to do. And I'd love to challenge all of you to do a little thing that I was challenged to do a while back, and I did it. I set up on automatic withdrawal. I chose a few of my favorite, most important to me charities, breast cancer awareness, things like that. And I just set an amount that I thought I could easily afford each month to just automatically get donated to help with the things that I believe in. And by all means, do vet carefully what you're donating to, but choosing to do that, making a commitment every month to regularly give back is super important and will increase your wealth and abundance that's coming back to you. For sure. So anyway, that's the card that's representing you, Libras, this week. You're being crossed with as your challenge card, your challenge or obstacle or your awareness. I think it's a challenge this week, is this Two of Swords card. Twos are always a fork in the road, sort of decisions to be made, choices, representing choices. You might feel like you don't know which way to go, which to choose. She is blindfolded, so she cannot see which is the right way to go. Swords represent thoughts. It's an air sign. So you pretty much got a balancing here of earth, water, air, and fire. We're missing a little bit of the water, but not really, because we've got it in the cups of this Temperance card right here. Lots of water. Also a lot of water in the Judgment card. So, you're going to have a challenge. There's going to be some thoughts, ideas coming your way, and you're going to have to decide what you think, or what you're going to do about those things, or better yet, what you think, what's right. And that's your challenge this week, Libras. In your subconscious tool shed down here, now this is everything that's happened to you in your life that's become part of your foundation, part of who you are, just a part of it. But you have this Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune it's the 10th major arcana. It's halfway through the Fool's Journey, and what it does is it's like you'll be plugging along in life, and all of a sudden things happen and spin the wheel, and everything goes topsy-turvy, and it's time to start again. It's kind of like the only thing constant in life is change. And so the Wheel of Fortune always spins, and then we'll spin again. And so maybe you've experienced a lot of changes in your life, and maybe you've had a couple different careers and that went well, and then all of a sudden shifted, and now you're on a whole other career path. So maybe you've been through some of that in your life, Libra, because that's what's down here. Loud motorcycle outside. Sorry about that, you guys. So in your immediate past this week, you're just coming out of a ton of swift action. The Eight of Wands is the card of swift action. Things happening very quickly. Don't know what they were, but you're stepping directly out of a lot of things happening very quickly. Crowning you this week is going to be this Temperance card. Temperance is balance, balancing, and that is Libra. Libra is all about finding balance and balancing these out. Libra is the sign of fairness. It's very important to Libras. So you are going to be needing to making sure you're paying attention to all the different aspects of your life and keeping a good balance there. It's what's crowning you. It's your ideal, is having this temperance and making sure that you're balancing these out. Makes sense with what we said with that Saturn in retrograde, having to pace yourself and making sure that you're staying disciplined and balancing everything. In the immediate future this week, direct future at the end of the week, you're going to be stepping right into Lovers, the Lovers card, the 6th major arcana, which is beautiful. It's new relationships, not necessarily romantic, not necessarily a love relationship, but it could be just like a friendship. It could be a very strong work relationship where there's mutual respect and admiration, mutual giving of love. And it's very wonderful, almost if it's a romantic relationship, it's the butterflies in your stomach. Oh, I can't wait to see them again. I can't wait to call them. Yeah. And if it's a friends kind of thing, it's a relationship where like, you know, like sometimes when you meet someone for the first time and you feel like you've known this person forever and you really just click and you're like, wow, I just made the coolest new friend who I click with so well. So it feels like you're going to be stepping directly into something like that in your immediate future this week, Libra. You're going to be feeling judgment in your environment this week. So whatever's happening with this swift action, you've had a big spin in the wheel of fortune in your life. So you're starting things like probably new, and you're going to be crossed with a big decision you have to make. A big decision that you have to make, how you're going to think, or what perspective you want to choose. You're going to be, your ideal is going to have temperance in the situation, but you're going to feel like you're being judged. And judgment is the 20th major arcana. It's either you're going to feel like you're being judged, but more likely, I think you're going to be doing the judging of things, of relationships and other things. You're going to be having to have judgment in order to get rid of the stuff that's not part of the plan, because you need to stick to the plan. So you're going to be, I think this means you and your environment are going to have to exercise some judgment this week, is what I think. Because this is coming up as you. In your environment is a Queen of Wands. So, or the energy of the Queen of Wands. So court cards generally represent people in our lives. Queens represent often a female, but not always. The tarot cards are genderless. So this could be a male with that same Queen of Wands energy. This is a woman or person who's very passionate, very nurturing, but also very passionate about their endeavors, very skilled at what they do. A good communicator. Family's super important to the Queen of Wands. It's very family oriented. Also loves pets and animals. So you're going to have somebody like this in your life, or this energy in your life of just this solid, nurturing, passionate energy, or a person that brings it in your environment, brings it to you. Sometimes it also can be how the people in your environment are viewing you at the time. And I don't know, maybe some of the people in your environment right now this week, Libra, while you're going into whatever this big swift action and having, balancing things out, maybe other people see you. That's a possibility. I don't feel it though. I don't feel that for you. I feel like there's someone in your environment that's bringing this Queen of Wands energy to your environment this week during the week. In your hopes and fears is the 19th major arcana, the Sun, which is a beautiful card. I'm sure it's your hopes card. I don't know why you'd fear this card ever. It's pure happiness and joy and celebration and success, and it's all of that with action, which is so perfect because you got that Mars. You're driving determination. You're ready. You're pushing projects forward. You're taking action, but you're also staying focused, and so you're doing it with like just joy and happiness. So that's awesome. That's your ideal. That's what you want to do. This is in your ideal. So the way you're thinking of it, you want to move through this time in your life right now, and what you want to do is you want to do it happily, staying active, staying involved, pushing forward, and bringing joy. And experiencing joy. And the final outcome is a great outcome too for you, is the Emperor card. It's the fourth major arcana and represents major stability, a great deal of stability coming for you with this Emperor. He's all four kings combined. He's super in charge, very stable, very solid. So I think if you exercise this temperance, which is your advice, you're going to come out solid as a rock at the end of it all. So there you go, Libras. I wonder what this confirmation card could be. More advice about how to get through this period with Mars wanting to charge forward and Saturn in retrograde in Pisces wanting you to be careful and go slow. Sort of opposing forces, but that's what's happening right now. Let's see what this card is. Seven of Wands card. So some work to be done. Things you might end up feeling like you're getting kind of bombarded from all sides this week. But don't worry, you are above it all. You are so above it all. You may not see where the little barbs are coming from, but you are above it all, which is good, which is why you will come out the end as the Emperor card. All right. Interesting reading. I would love to hear how your week goes. I would love to hear how this resonates with you, if it does. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe button so you get your next tarot reading and it drops right away. And do check out this video I've posted here where I give a super brief introduction to my understanding of the tarot and how I do tarot. So check that out if you will. And I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday, Libras. Have a blessed week.